you mentioned about your husband getting his dream job, but you're still working on that. Tell us about what you're doing next.
My next is I'm planning to start at spring in UMass Boston, because I graduated back home in Ethiopia as computer science, so I'll continue by computer science in UMass.
So you're finally gonna get that degree here.
Yeah, I finally get the degree here. Then working with Collaborative. The 2 years is not done as I told you before. So after that, I go to Collaborative, especially Melissa. She helped me with everything. She's my career coach. She's wonderful too. And also everybody in
So
career
you have to
coach.
find the right program.
Yes.
Even since you graduated a while ago.
Right.
That's pretty amazing.
Thank you.
You had all the experience and all the knowledge, but it's the culture barrier. What about how they coached you through that?
It was a culture shock to me, in the sense that, coming from Nigeria, it wasn't making eye contact. It's not something to do. You don't do that to somebody older than you. But I found out here, the handshake, the firm handshake, they taught me all of those things. They sat down and explained all of those things. The dress codes, you go for interviews, you have to be ready.
Did you expect any of that when you first moved here?
No, because we're more like a laid back. We're more laid back, to how things are here. And, one thing they taught me too is how time works here. Back home, we take our time to do things. But here, you always on the clock.
I first got introduced by my sister-in-law, and she got introduced by somebody else's friend. Then I introduced one of my sisters. She graduated as well, and she's on a job for, I think, 2 years now. I keep introducing people, I keep telling people, because you guys are great. But I just like sharing. Every time somebody tells me I need a job, I'm like, what do you need a job? You need a career. Quote unquote. I can't express in words how you guys, how me, my family, my sister's family, you guys are there. You guys, sometimes we don't have the knowledge going into an interview. I didn't know how to answer most of the questions. When I first came in the first week, it's a joke that I tell everybody, I didn't know how to answer at least 90% of the questions that they asked me in interviews. And I was asking, why am I not getting a job? Why I'm not, I got some experience, why I'm not getting called back? And it was because I wasn't answering questions for it. You guys did that for me. You guys gave me the knowledge to actually go into an interview and rock.
I've been at State Street for a year and a half. I am learned and I'm ready to move on and apply what they taught me at OLGA from above. And a little more long-term goal that career collaborative is also extremely supportive of is furthering my education. I want to get certified as in finance, potentially getting a master, and they're extremely supportive.
Really appreciate everything that I've learned over there, and that's why I still walk in there without any invitation and walk into any office. It's been great.
We got promotion as state to state after 1 year service for my husband, and I got promotion after 1 year service because I worked in Newton Wesley Hospital as environmental service before. So I just go to nursing assistance. We talk with my career coach, and we go there to I take Beck course by the certified nursing assistants. So I take that one and I got promoted in Newton as a hospital. So I came to Career Cooperative, they told me to apply again, and they helped me. I don't have word to explain for Career Cooperative. They are all special, they are my family members too. So I'll say thank you so much for all of you do support for me and my husband or for my kids. Even they support me with backpack, jackets, everything. So I'll say thank you so much for everything you do this for me. Thank you.
Sometimes we ask each other, how can we help other people? How can we donate somewhere else? You are helping other people. You're helping us. Not only you're helping us, you're helping other people around us, our families. Within 3 years or 4 years of me being the company, I say I'm buying my second home. I open a business. I send boxes of food and clothes to other countries in need. So not only helping me, helping other people around us as well. So thank you very much for the support. You guys are great, all of you.
And I wanted to thank Career Collaborative for being so drastically different from all the other places that help people find jobs. They have a very personal approach and they handhold their participants for everything that they need. And no other place does that. And all the donors, I just wanted for you to know that your time and money that you donate and volunteer gets very targeted application and people benefit from it every day. And you can see very clearly where exactly your efforts go and how they affect people's lives.
I want to introduce a very, very special guest today. One of the ways at Career Collaborative the staff and volunteers celebrate when a participant hits an important milestone, like being offered a job or reaching 2 years of continuous employment, is the bell ringing ceremony. As I think Roy pointed out, he ran back to Career Collaborative, and I can't explain the excitement when somebody actually gets a job. The joy among the staff, the volunteers, the board members, if we happen to be around, is palpable. A staff from the office walks around ringing the bell. Everyone gathers in the conference room to hear the good news and offer congratulations. One of the great things about this practice, aside from the joy it generates, is that it's incredibly inspiring and motivating to those who are still looking for a job. It gives them that little boost. You can do it too. You're next in line. You're going to get this next. I'm going to be giving you a hand up as you go through this process. It's also great, obviously, for the staff and volunteers to know that their hard work is paying off. And with that, this morning, we would like to recognize MILASINOVIC, and I'm sorry, Alex, if I butchered that. She is now an Assistant Vice President of State Street Corporation and Career Collaborative's very first placement in 1998. I'd like to acknowledge Alex's advancement and her commitment and her wonderful success with her annual Achievement Award. She started her banking career with Citizens Bank since then, and in true Career Collaborative tradition, her career has flourished. She's now an AVP, as I said, in State Street's Global Treasury Department, and who knows what's next for Alex.
What an audience. As you might know, I'm not used to this kind of speech, but I'll try my best. When Career Collaborative approached me about, I don't know, a month and a half ago to give this speech, I was kind of like, I'm not sure that I can do it, but I'll try my best. I don't think that you will find my story amazing, but I believe that you will find Career Collaborative really amazing. They're a very passionate group of people that give everything that they do know and that they can to kind of put us panelists into workforce in United States. So as you heard, I came here to United States in late '97, actually, as an immigrant. I lost everything through the war. I came here with a baby who was 8 months old and my husband. So we really didn't know the culture. We didn't know anything at all about the United States. We just came here to make a better life for our family. And I apologize in advance. I tried to write down the speech last night, but I was like, okay, I really cannot read. I need to tell you this from my heart, and that's what I'm going to try to do. So apologize in advance because I know I'm going to cry. So we came and with no knowledge about anything at all, how the workforce works in the United States. We kind of try the best. You know, we first get involved with learning English as a first step, and through the government program that I came, I was offered to attend like a 1 semester of environmental program that actually would put me in a better place in regards to the culture, meeting people, knowing more about US people in general and everything else, as well as English. Upon completion of that program back in May of '98, we gave basically our resumes to the director of the program, which actually then worked with Career Collaborative back then. A few weeks later, I received a phone call from the Career Collaborative. They were asking me if I'm looking for a job, which I was. At that time, my husband worked on a minimum salary, and that was what we were living off of for the first year or so. It was really tough. So that's how I got involved with Career Collaborative. We basically met one-on-one. They helped me work on my resume, helped me really coaching me on how to proceed, how to go on interview, how to answer the questions, what are the important things, and stuff like that, which was really something that I needed because that was not the case back where I'm coming from. Yes, we did have a sort of interviews and stuff, but it was definitely a different process. I got a job very quickly, to be honest with you. As soon as I started getting involved, I was going on interviews, and there were a few companies that I went, and I used to tell, like, I don't think I can do that job. And they was like, no, you can do it, trust me. And it's like, Career Collaborative believed in me, and even in situations when I couldn't believe it myself. I came with a degree as a civil engineer, but because of my English and other kind of like constraints, I really didn't believe that I can do the job. And they thought, okay, what kind of job do you want? Like, I'm good with math, I'm good with physics. That's what I do know. That's what I do best. Give me something with the numbers. I can do it well. I know I can. That's how I started working in a bank. And even I have to admit, with that job that I was kind of like willing to take, Career advised me not to take it because they said, like, Alex, that's not a job for you. You can get much more. It's not going to be challenging for you. And I said, no, I need a job. Let me get it. About 2 months later, I kind of learned everything there is about that job, maybe even earlier. And I said, like, this is really boring. I'm not advancing. I'm not learning anything. And I don't see myself doing this any longer. Can we do something? Within a few months, they helped me find another job. It was kind of like dream come true. I started working in November of '98 at Investors Bank and Trust Company. I liked the job. I just loved it. I worked as an Associate 1 in Institutional Custody Division. It was basically income collection for the mortgages, stocks, bonds, just name it. I loved it. I stayed there for about 9 years. I went through Associate 1, 2, Senior Associate, Supervisor, Manager. Back in 2007, State Street acquired IBT. I was still there. And then at that time, it was time for me to kind of move on. I took upon myself to find a new job. I started working in 2008 at Commonwealth Annuity and Life Insurance Company, which was wholly owned subsidiary of Goldman Sachs Company. I stayed there for about 2 years. Then I was laid off due to the market condition. And to be honest, back then, I kind of like, okay, I'm not going back to Career Collaborative. I can do it on my own. 5 months down the road, I was still kind of nowhere. And then I kind of pick up the phone and it's like, okay, Career, I kind of need advice. And of course, the first thing that they told me was like, why didn't you call us immediately? And of course, through the networking and they kind of help and advice, I got a job at the State Street as an officer in global markets back then. Currently, I'm an AVP working in the global treasury operations. I love what I do. I like the company that I'm working for. And just to mention, as soon as they placed me at Investors Bank and Trust, the very next week they helped my husband find a better job at the Bose Corporation. So I cannot tell you what difference that have made back then in '98, going from like almost poverty to have really hardly going by, to like making a really good kind of like salaries or hourly, it doesn't really matter, but it was really like a huge change for my family, for my husband, for my child. And not only having like, like a good jobs, it's also making us to have a career. My husband stayed at both corporations for 18 years. So in the meantime, he also finished his degree. He's now working at TJX Corporation, lost his job, he's an IT person. My firstborn child, who was 8-month-old baby when I came, is now at Bentley College. I'm very proud now. And the one thing that I wanted to tell you is basically, they say that they stay for 2 years and coach you. I'm a live example, that's not true.
So my name is Tim. I'm a pharmacist at Arbor HRI Hospital, and in my free time, I volunteer at Career Collaborative. And I'm going to tell you how I got involved with this amazing organization. So about 10 years ago, my mom was a participant of Career Collaborative, and she was unemployed like most people, and she wanted to find a full-time position and through the hard work and dedication of all the people at Career Collaborative, she was able to find a full-time position. She worked at the emergency department in Towson Medical Center. There, she had a very stressful time, and I could see that it was taking a toll on her, but she didn't know what to do. It was almost inconceivable to her that she had to continue on with her position, but she needed help, and she found help with the support network here at Career Collaborative. And so they helped her navigate the difficult decision of leaving her job at Towson Medical Center. And with that, she still needed another position and continued to find support within Career Collaborative. And she found another position. And in this position, she's a nanny now. And I mean, she loves her job, and she really loves taking care of children. It's something that you don't really think of as a career, but she's made something out of it, and it's kind of amazing to see all the children that she's taking care of, and they love her, and she keeps in contact with them even after she stops being their nanny, and it's kind of amazing. And that was with the help of Career Collaborative that she was able to do that. And unfortunately, my mom couldn't be here today, but I know she would have wanted me to thank Nancy, her good friend, who really helped her to navigate through that difficult process of changing careers completely and continuing to maintain her career now today. And you've heard throughout the morning that it really is more than a 2-year program, and it really is. And I know that my mom really wanted to be here, but she couldn't be because she really loves her job. So, after I graduated from college, I thought, how could I help give back to the community? And I thought volunteering here at Career Collaborative would have been a great experience. And I didn't know what I was getting into when I started, but now I know it's amazing and inspiring to hear all the stories of people that have come into the program and continue to graduate or find positions of their own. Just meeting them and hearing their stories is just phenomenal. And I urge everyone and anyone to donate their time to volunteer at Career Collaborative if you can. And one of the things you can do to volunteer is to get started with the mock interviews on Fridays, and that's something that you can talk to with any Career Collaborative staff here, and you can easily do that, and you will gain the experience and the knowledge that I have now. And I'm still trying to get used to it all. It's kind of amazing, but the time and that you share will be invaluable to the participants, and I know they'll appreciate it because I really appreciate all that they've done for me and my family. And now I'm continuing to give back and support the participants that are coming into the program now. So thank you for.
Thanks, Tim. As I mentioned, my job is to close this out and get you to work on time. And before we wind up the breakfast, I just want to say on behalf of Career Collaborative, congratulations to all of this morning's honorees. Your work really and truly is amazing. We appreciate it very, very, very much. I also want to say a heartfelt thank you to all of our event partners and supporters that were identified earlier. You're the key to the success of Career Collaborative, and we couldn't spread the word about Career Collaborative without each and every one of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. The same is true for all the volunteers, the breakfast committee members, and the board of directors. Thanks to all of you for your help this morning and for your daily commitment to Career Collaborative. Again, the organization succeeds in its mission because of your support. Last but certainly not least, to all of our guests this morning, we hope you had a great time. You listened to these stories, and you're helping to celebrate the tremendous work being done at Career Collaborative. Again, thank you for attending. If you've liked what you've heard this morning, we'd love for you to become more involved with Career Collaborative. Of course, we'd love for you to show your support financially, and in fact, we've made making donations as easy as swiping a credit card. There are staff located throughout the room this morning who can securely swipe your credit cards right here on their cell phones. Those folks with the little swipey thingies, can you stand up? That's a technical term, swiping. So if you see them, it won't take more than a few seconds. If you're more old school like I am, there are envelopes in the booklets of the programs. You can place your checks in those. As you're writing your checks and you're swiping your cards on the swipey thingies, there's some numbers to keep in mind. And a lot of these numbers are on the centerpieces, at least one of the centerpieces on your table. But keep in mind that $3,000 pays for 2 years of coaching for one of Career Collaborative's participants. $2,000 pays for one person to go through the organization's job search program. $1,000 pays for one person to go through job readiness training. $500 pays for a full cycle of practice interviews. And of course, any amount that you can give will make a difference. When you think of the return on investment, it's impressive. Susan told you earlier this morning that the average income of those coming into the program is $11,000. And the average income of those after they graduate is $32,525. It's hard to beat helping a family make that kind of change. Again, thank you all for joining us this morning. This concludes the program. We appreciate your time, and thank you again to all of the sponsors. On behalf of the team, the students, and the board at Career Collaborative, I hope you all have a great day. Thanks.